Welcome to Book Time with Ryan. I am Ryan, and today I'll be talking about Law and Leviathan. Redeeming the Administrative State. This is by Cass R. Sunstein and Adrian Vermeule. And there's Sammy. Hey, Sammy. I know. Oh, that's very nice. This is not going to be a very long review. I think this is probably written for people with a legal background, which I don't really have. I've had a couple classes in undergrad. I audited a course after I graduated from grad school, and I've had some other kind of training, but it's not in my blood. So there's that. This is a pro-administrative state angle. Richard Fallon Jr. from Harvard Law School says, as brilliantly imaginative as it is urgently timely. I didn't even know it was imaginative. I thought they were good points. I did a review in the last month, I think, called American Leviathan, which I felt like was poorly researched and poorly composed, and I didn't like it, and it was not good. This I thought was better, even though some of it probably went over my head, because they gave multiple angles. They provided arguments for and against, and even though inevitably they sided because this was a pro-administrative state book, they allowed for some of the negative positions that have been articulated about the administrative state. These are administrative agencies. A lot of the criticisms have to do with either Constitution or about rampant abuse of powers by agencies that seem to have executive, legislative, and judicial powers all bundled into one without oversight from the electorate. And this really goes line by line in those arguments to discredit them, or at least provide an alternative point of view that makes sense. So I'm not going to go through all those, but it's thorough. This is a pretty short book. It's 145 pages. That's what the final words. I think if you're into this stuff, you might enjoy this. It's from 2020. A lot has happened since 2020, and it would be interesting to see maybe a new edition with maybe some extra information about some of the more recent Supreme Court decisions. But really, it talks about kind of laws, morality, and how that legal morality is applied to administrative decisions. It discusses the Auer deference and Chevron deference, and those are all pretty current things too that are talked about quite a bit. So, administrative state. This is really, I think, the third administrative state book that I've read. Administrative agency book that I've read. I read an older one by James Landis, and I did a review for that. And then I had already mentioned that I did a review for American Leviathan. Lots of invoking Leviathan for these things. There you go. Pretty quick review. Short, small book. Small. Thorough. I felt even-handed. And I gave it 4 stars. I gave it 4 stars. And I think if I was more in tune with law, maybe it would have been higher. There were times where the way it was presented, I had trouble figuring out if they were for or against a position until later in the paragraph or in the chapter. That's just my shortcomings, and I can't blame the authors for that. But I did think it was interesting. It was interesting and timely, and I felt like I learned a lot, especially about Auer deference and Chevron deference. Thanks for being here. I will talk to you later. Sammy, thanks for being here too. Yeah. It was really nice for you to come down and hang out a little bit. Thanks. I give Sammy deference. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, she likes legal books too. Oh, yes, you do. All right. Have a good one. Bye.